Freaky art. Silicone beasts are selling online for over £10,000. Freaky silicone beasts are being sold online for thousands of pounds despite being so gross that they have led to multiple death threats. Italian artist Lara Maganuco has been creating gruesome pieces of art for several years and now makes a full-time living by flogging her work online at Etsy. Amongst her nightmarish collection is an alien embryo with a large needle sticking out the back of its neck suckling from a teat, a flayed turtle with a mangled human head, and an enormous bloated tick with a baby's face. Describing the artistic process behind her sickening sculptures, Lara said, "I aim to create hyper-realistic designs that give life to art and ugliness, whilst respecting the naturalness of the carved flesh. I take inspiration from my surroundings, which is usually plants and animals, and hope that my creations provoke a strong emotional response." Each piece is directly modeled on silicone using a technique that I have refined over many years. The art school dropout from Milan sells her creepy creations online for anywhere between £200 and a whopping £11,000. But who's spending a pretty penny on these freakish figures? John La Bombard, an artist from New York and self-professed collector of unusual things, has already purchased over 10 of Lara's devilish designs. His collection includes a giant larva donned with vicious claws and human teeth, a siren in the fetal stage with an unpleasant mucilaginous look to it, and a good old-fashioned alien baby. He said, "Lara's creations are not something you see every day. I have always been attracted by just how real they look. I keep them in my collection of unusual things. If anyone is scared by the artwork, I remind them that they are just creations made by an artist expressing themselves. I may buy more in the future, but I may need a bigger apartment." Lara's provocative and downright disturbing artwork has stirred up controversy online in the past.
A frightening baby pig hybrid, a life-size silicone fetus with a pig's nose and ears, as well as some razor-sharp claws and hairy tail for good measure, provoked a particularly volatile reaction and even led to Lara receiving death threats.
Reflecting on the outrage her work has caused, Lara said, "There have been several reactions to my artwork that have been heavy, but the lack of understanding expressed in these is itself a form of art. As an artist, it's my job to arouse thoughts and feelings. I think strong reactions also speak to the degree of realism achieved in a piece. I intend to create artwork that is indistinguishable from reality. The hellish creations that would give Dante a run for his money undergo numerous stages of painstaking sculpting before they are colored and given the final touches, such as teeth and hair. Each piece takes weeks and weeks to complete, which goes some ways in explaining why they tend to be so pricey. The most expensive creature currently on sale is a disfigured mouse-woman hybrid, which is going for over £11,000. This disgusting design has a woman's body with multiple nipples, rodent-like hands and feet, large mouse ears and a misshapen face. Other particularly grotesque items for sale include a child-sized sinewy bat-human hybrid which costs nearly £7,000, a gelatinous fetus attached to a human ear by its umbilical cord priced at around £5,500, and a dogman hybrid with a distorted head and hands instead of paws going for over £6,500. The avant-garde artist's work is certainly not for the squeamish, but Lara's spine-chilling sculptures are not the only of their kind. According to art critic Ruth Millington, artists as far back as the Renaissance period have been creating and painting all things grotesque. Evaluating the monstrosities for sale on Lara's site, Millington said, "The intense realism of these diabolically disturbing, golem-esque beasts makes them so arresting. The folds of the wrinkled flesh, human hair and oddly shaped limbs are both familiar and peculiar. We are equally drawn to, and repulsed by, their grotesqueness. But would I want to live with one on my mantelpiece? No, thanks." Lara's litany of fiendish figures has recently been joined by her latest invention called Real Mommy, a realistic, silicone animal teat that can be filled with milk to simulate breastfeeding for pets unable to stay with their mothers at birth. The inspiration for this eccentric but effective product came when Lara's new Chihuahua could not be fed by its mother. "I decided that I had to make something that really works for pets," said Lara. Real Mommy creates the same feeding mechanism that animals would naturally have, so there is no need to teach them how to use the product.